Get ready for a wild ride. Colby Covington is calling out the UFC brass, saying you have no say in your career. We're diving deep into his frustrations and what it means for fighters. You don't want to miss this. Then, a story of incredible resilience. Lerone Murphy survived being shot 3 times, and now he's defying destiny on his way to the top of the UFC featherweight division. This is one fighter's journey you need to hear. And the fight world is buzzing about a major Netflix card featuring Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. But one analyst says Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry is the real draw, calling it the fight that legitimizes the entire event. We've got all the angles covered on these explosive stories and more. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Colby Covington's UFC gripes explode. Former UFC interim welterweight champ Colby Covington is firing shots at the UFC, and he's not holding back. After a 15-month layoff since his last fight, Covington is openly criticizing the promotion's matchmaking and fighter treatment, claiming fighters have no say in their careers. He alleges that UFC lawyer Hunter Campbell dictates terms, leaving fighters with an ultimatum: accept the offer or be iced out and denied fights, effectively freezing their income. Covington points to situations like Arman Tsarukyan's withdrawal from a title fight as examples of this alleged freeze-out tactic. He even expressed frustration over being overlooked for the UFC Freedom 250 card at the White House, despite his long-standing support for Donald Trump. Covington is also set to compete in Real American Freestyle, RAF, 7 against Dylan Dannies, highlighting his desire to stay active while navigating these disputes. Fans are divided, with some supporting Covington's claims about fighter power, while others question his recent fight record. Analysts are watching closely to see if this public criticism impacts future UFC negotiations or fighter relations. Will Colby Covington's outspoken stance change the game for UFC fighters? Get ready for a story of survival and triumph next. Lerone Murphy, from gunshot survivor to UFC contender, /N Lerone Murphy's journey to the top of the UFC featherweight division is nothing short of miraculous. Unbeaten in his career, Murphy has a story that transcends the octagon. At just 21, he survived being shot 3 times in the neck and face, a harrowing experience that left him with a bullet shard still embedded in his tongue. This near-fatal encounter, which occurred after he fell into local gang culture following a shattered dream of becoming a professional soccer player, became a turning point. He began training MMA at 22 and has since built an impressive 17-0-1 record, including a spectacular spinning back elbow knockout of Aaron Pico. Murphy is set to face another unbeaten contender, Movsar Evloev, in a crucial fight that could determine the next challenger for the featherweight title. He sees his resilience as a sign of destiny, aiming to inspire others from similar backgrounds. Fans are rallying behind Murphy's incredible comeback story, calling him the miracle. Sports analysts are impressed by his fighting prowess and mental fortitude, noting his ability to overcome extreme adversity. Can Lerone Murphy continue his incredible run against Movsar Evloev? Next up, we're talking about a Netflix card that's causing quite a stir. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry steals the show on Netflix card, /N a major upcoming Netflix MMA event featuring legends like Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, is getting a significant boost from an unexpected pairing. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Analyst Din Thomas believes this fight is the key to legitimizing the entire card, arguing it's the most compelling matchup for modern fight fans, especially with Mike Perry's recent activity and the ever-popular Diaz brothers' involvement. Thomas suggests that Diaz's old-school style and incredible durability could be the perfect counter to Perry's aggression, predicting Diaz could drown Perry in a deep-water fight if Perry can't secure an early finish. This matchup is seen as a massive draw, potentially overshadowing even the highly anticipated returns of Rousey and Carano. Fight enthusiasts are buzzing about the potential clash, with many agreeing that the Diaz-Perry fight adds a gritty, must-see element to the star-studded card. Will Nate Diaz prove his old-school grit is enough against Mike Perry? Stay tuned for our closing recap, and don't forget to subscribe. Colby Covington slams UFC's no say policy /N/N Colby Covington is making waves with his blunt assessment of UFC matchmaking. He claims fighters have virtually no control over their careers, with management dictating terms and threatening to ice them out if they don't comply. This alleged system of control, where fighters are forced to accept fights or face extended layoffs and lost income, is a major point of contention for the former interim welterweight champion. Covington is also set to compete in Real American Freestyle (RAF) 7 against Dylan Dannies, seeking to stay active amidst these disputes with the UFC. Supporters of Covington are amplifying his message about fighter rights, while the UFC has yet to officially comment on these specific claims. Is this the end of Colby Covington's UFC run as we know it? Next, we're talking about a fighter who defied the odds in the most extreme way possible. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. Colby Covington is calling out the UFC's control, Lerone Murphy is proving destiny is real after surviving a shooting, and Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry is set to legitimize a major Netflix card. Don't miss out on any of the action. Smash that like button, subscribe to News HQ, and ring the notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.